This is the story of Times Beach, Missouri, a long-forgotten town, and the Route 66 state park that occupies the land to this day. Times Beach was founded in 1925 in the far western outskirts of the St. Louis metro area. In its early years, the town was primarily a summer resort, but the Great Depression combined with gasoline rationing during World War II would reduce the feasibility of summer homes here in the town. After World War II, the town would mostly be reduced to a community of low-income housing. By 1970, the population had dwindled to 1,240 residents. The town was located in a low-lying area and was prone to flooding. Its most devastating flood would be in December of 1982. Heading into the late 1960s, things for the town would begin to head in the wrong direction. It was during this time that the Northeastern Pharmaceutical and Chemical Company would begin operating out of a facility near Verona in southwestern Missouri. The company was owned by Hoffman Taft. This was a company that produced the Agent Orange herbicide used during the Vietnam War. During the 1970s, a man by the name of Russell Martin Bliss would own a small local waste oil business in the town. It was at this time that the Northeastern Pharmaceutical and Chemical Company, also known as NAPACO, would begin contracting out the waste disposal to Russell Bliss. They would be paying Bliss $125 per load. Between February and October of 1971, Bliss would collect 6 truckloads, nearly 18,500 gallons of the chemical waste, heavily contaminated with dioxin. Bliss would take most of this waste to his storage facility near Frontenac, Missouri, where the contaminated waste was unloaded and mixed into storage tanks containing used motor oil. And this is where things would turn deadly. In 1971, Bliss would begin selling the used motor oil mixed with dioxin to customers as a way to keep down dust on farms and dirt roads. His first customers would be Judy Piatt and Frank Hempel of the Shenandoah Stables near Moscow Mills, Missouri. They would pay him $150 to spray the floor of their indoor arena. The waste oil would be sprayed with a total volume of 2,000 gallons. A few days after the oil application, birds would begin to drop dead from the rafters and horses would become ill. Bliss would go on spraying his motor oil concoction all over roads and towns nearby, including Times Beach. Being that the oil concoction contained the dioxin, residents of Times Beach soon began to feel ill. Eventually, the CDC and the EPA would be called into Times Beach to shut down Bliss and stop him from spraying the harmful chemicals all over the roads. Even to this day, there's still debate as to whether he was doing it maliciously and on purpose, but I tend to think he really didn't understand or know what he was doing, and, I kind of really think he's innocent in a way. But leave your comment down below and let me know what you think about this whole entire story and whether you think he's innocent or guilty. On December 23rd of 1982, the CDC would publicly recommend that Times Beach not be re-inhabited, and officials were uncertain about the health effects of extensive dioxin poisoning. They were even more concerned as to how to get rid of the contaminants. By 1985, the entire town of well over 2,000 residents would be bought out by the government and relocated. Many years after Times Beach was declared a disaster site, abandoned and then cleaned up by government agencies, it was turned into the Route 66 state park that you're seeing now. Really, not much exists of Times Beach, except for the Route 66 State Park Museum and a few plaques that commemorate the town that once was. Let's take a walk through the Route 66 State Park Museum and see what amazing historical items they have inside. So right here, what you're looking at, this is just sort of a model of the park and what it looks like today, so you can get an idea. They also have this really amazing gift shop in here, so if you're looking for some Route 66 artifacts or memorabilia that you want to pick up, these signs were really cool. Unfortunately, they were completely out of the Missouri ones, but they still had a lot of good stuff. I picked up a few things from this gift shop. Heading into the museum, you'll see this amazing Phillips 66 gas station sign that once lit up the road for travelers going down Route 66. I absolutely love it. That's just amazing to see one of those in complete working condition like that. Next, you'll get to take a look at all the historical photos of Times Beach and learn about its history. After learning about the history of Times Beach, you'll get to go through all the amazing artifacts this museum has collected over the years from Route 66. Motels, restaurants, and other roadside attractions that once littered the highway, now preserved here in this amazing museum, like this motel sign here that once adorned the front of the Coral Courts Motel. This was my favorite piece in the entire museum, and the last thing you'll see before exiting into the gift shop and finishing your tour. I was just blown away when I saw this. It's in full working condition, in all of its neon glory. So take a listen to this amazing sign and its neon buzz. I want to thank you for coming along to take a look at the Route 66 State Park Museum and to learn about Times Beach. I do videos just like this each and every week. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.